up, y'all? It is Tuesday. It's a little after 5. It is 10 after. I grabbed myself a drink. I changed. Like I said, I just got in from work, and I wanted to talk about the mobula. I know a lot of people have, and there's a couple people that respectfully value my opinion, which is an absolute honor, and want to know what I think. I put out a couple videos. I did a 1S indoor video yesterday. I did a 2S flight with it outside, and I've been messing with the PIDs. I know there's a couple people that are wanting to understand PIDs, and I'm still learning too, but I've got a basic concept of how to mess with the PIDs and get it to fly right. This guy right here, I initially did my typical tune that I do on the P and the I. On roll and pitch, I went up 2, and then I left the D alone. And then on the I went up 3, and I flew at stock the first video, and then part of the video you saw yesterday, I switched in the middle, and then I changed the PID loop. Did not like the change in the PID loop. It made it shake. If you see it in the video, it kind of has a little bit of a shudder to it. I put that back. With the PIDs, I really didn't have to tweak it too much. I only went up. I ended up changing it and going just 1 point. So if it was 59, I went to 60, or 47, I went to 48. On the roll and the pitch, yaw, I went up 2. On the P and the I, left the D alone. Like I said, I went back down on roll and pitch on the P, down to just 1, and then I went up 2 on the I, on roll and pitch. Super rate, I went up, if I don't confuse myself, I think it maxed me out at the super rate at 1.0, but the RC rate, I was able to go up to 1.20. Don't quote me on that, I will double check it. But that's where I have it sitting now, so it will do quick, snappy flips if you really wonk on the stick, or if you pull back slow, it's slow. So, my opinion on this is, you know, they put a Ferrari under the hood, and then they decide to put a Fiat body on it. I don't know why. I haven't had any super major crashes, and I was looking at it yesterday, giggling to myself, I'm like, wow, I haven't put any dents in it, and then I'm like, what the fuck? So I have a piece of tape over it right now. I'm waiting for the trash can frame to come out from Eachine, the quad that they're producing. That's basically the mock of this, or this is the mock of that, whatever. It's basically the same thing, but the frame looks way better, and supposedly it's going to be stronger. So I'm going to get my hands on one of those. I have 2 of the Beta FPV 75mm frames on order. They're cheaping them 2 for $10. And then while I had pre-ordered that and was reading all the reviews, B-Whoop, wherever the hell the B-Whoop is, it's the exact same frame as this. So I don't know if it's going to be any more sturdy. Let me flip it over, see if I can use my beer as a stand here. Is it going to stay? Yeah. If you flip them over, they look identical, so hopefully they don't perform identical, or at least it's a backup. So I may wait. I'm hoping somebody, I'd love to see a carbon fiber. I don't care if it adds some weight. Do a carbon fiber, even if it's like the PLA carbon fiber where you don't see the woven stuff, just to make this thing stronger. I am super impressed. If you watch my video, and even while I was flying, I was swearing, you know, explicit, because I could not believe, you know, when you go into a backflip or a roll or whatever, how dialed in this thing is. I forgot, other than a little bit of float that it has coming down from height, that I was flying something this small. So anyway, back on. If you go on eBay and type in B-Whoop or replacement mobula frame, this is what I got, and it came with this. The camera is making it look kind of greenish, but these are yellow, like highlighter yellow, kick-ass orange, a see-through-ish red here, and then a black. I'm going to try these out. These I think will be really cool. And where's my runt? I think, you know, let's go ADD real quick. I got my runt, and it is a little bit heavier because of the frame and the setup. And for whatever reason, these motors are really loud. I don't know. Let me adjust my camera. Sorry about that. I don't know if it's just the bottom of the prop here, you know, with that little bit of flex it has in the shaft. All you hear is the every single one, no matter what prop I put on here, just a noisy motor. And these are 20,000 kV. I don't like them. I think that I lose that torque that this needs, being a little heavier. Flips and rolls and stuff, I really got to get on the throttle. way earlier with this, and don't get me wrong, it flies cool. It's absolute blast. You see the size of it. Can I compare it to the beer? You know, and here's the 75 millimeter. It's just about the same. So I'm probably going to go to 15,000 kV. There's a couple companies out there that make them, so this guy's going to get an upgrade. Even though I'm downgrading the motors, I think it'll be much faster. I think these props will benefit. I definitely like these tri-props a lot on this, and that may be due because of the higher kV motors. It does not like the 4-blade props, but once I drop down, I may be able to try out these guys here. So, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fly a couple packs through it with the tri-props on it, see how it handles. I know they're going to spin faster, and I may have to adjust my settings a little bit. We'll see. But I am very impressed, and I think everybody else out there is, and I love the talk. You know, everyone's got different ideas, and that's what I love. You know, you learn something from everybody. And even before this thing was in my hands, I watched enough of the videos out there, and there were some great ones out there that gave me information of what I should look for and adjust. I wish I remembered who it was that I watched, because there's so many other videos. One of the quick little things that they did was, I don't know if you can see that, it's held, the canopy's held by 3 screws, one on each side and in the back. And then when I looked inside there, there was a huge gap. And there's a little bit, I must have lost one of the grommets. Where it sits on the spacer, and then, you know, the typical like tiny whoop board with the little U cut out in it, and the grommet, there's nothing to stop it from moving, so it would wiggle its way up, and that would affect the flight characteristics. I took some rubber tiny whoop bushing things, whatever, and filled that gap there. Apparently, when I took it apart, I forgot one. But whatever. Let's see the back. Can you see the back? Let's see here. Yeah. Maybe they did. I must have lost them. I guess I fucked with the canopy a little bit. But anyway, I did at one point fill those, and I noticed that I lost some of that shutter that you get. Who knows? Maybe it's just one of those things. I got lucky that it didn't shake or shook less, but it works. I am probably going to take the canopy off. I am not a fan of the camera. I think the light transition absolutely sucks ass. It reminds me of a Horizon Hobby. Like the Inductrix Pro camera, the light transition sucks. If I go up, you know, and it's a decently cloudy day or something, and I go up into the air, it blacks out everything below, and then I really have to point the camera back down to get it to adjust. I can't stand that shit. I guess that'd be okay on a tiny whoop indoors, where there's not as much speed, where, you know, this one is super fast, so I need that to be on point. So my boy Space FPV hooked me up, and he's printed me a couple canopies that are made for the beta FPV, but they'll fit on the frame I'm getting or the other ones, or easily be modded so I can put a Cadex, because I'm a huge Cadex fan. I'm going to put in a better camera in there and then figure out what I'm going to do for VTX. And yeah, I don't know. I might even, just for show, I might hydro dip. I have my buddy Mike show me how to hydro dip and make one of these things look kick-ass. What else? Tiny whoop is still tiny whoop. I rocked at the cigar shop again with this guy. I think the board's dying. I got a little brave at the end of last year with this guy, and I had a really big fire, and I was like, oh yeah, let's shoot through the fire. That's what you do to show off people. You can see that there's a little bit of melting there, but the board has not reacted the same since. If I'm coming down from height, well, my camera height, and I want to come down, obviously I'm exaggerating in a small spot, you let off the throttle a little bit, and it just does this weird death wobble, and it does not recover no matter how much throttle you get. So I'm thinking about upgrading the board and retiring this guy, or at least parts of him. And I don't know, there's a couple chameleon, like the pre-mades you can get from Tiny Whoop. I want to get one of those chameleon ones. Again, Tiny Whoop is where it's at. This is one of the flyers that got me comfortable with FPV. It helped when I was getting into it that you can actually see the cowls. Gives me a little bit of depth perception, and I know for me it acclimated me getting into it. And you know, everybody flies different goggles and stuff. Where's my beasts? I got the head plays up there. I absolutely love the immersiveness with those. I recommend them to everybody. I don't see them very often. A couple people made comments, and hey, you're the only other guy I've ever seen fly with them. Dude, get them. They're cheap. You can get a DVR and all that shit. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna try to keep producing some more movies because again, it's slow this time of year. I want to get out in the woods and do some hiking, 'cause as you know, I want to. I'm trying to expand the channel more, and doing some nature stuff, going hiking, bringing the gimbal thing outside. I'll probably bring the Spark outside and see what it looks like through the snow, out in the woods, and all that fun stuff. Again, and welcome. There's a couple new subscribers that have jumped on within the last week. I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. And if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help those that are getting into the hobby because, like I said a bunch of times before, when I got into it, I did not have much help. I went and spent the most amount of money possible and didn't understand what I was doing. And I could have saved myself some money, bought some different things, and I want to help you guys so you can get into this hobby. Save some cash, find what you really like. Give you an honest opinion on stuff. If you want me to build you an intro, outro, I'm down for that. If it's just conversation, what prop talk and all that fun stuff, that's what we're here for. We're a big FPV family. It's an addiction, so we might as well suffer/enjoy it together. But I gotta start getting some dinner ready, guys, so I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't talk to you, and stay tuned for a video with these guys. Peace out.